For more on this, we have Douglas Smith. He's the former Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to see you. I just wonder what President Xi thought of Mar-a-Lago, such an elaborate state to visit, and also about the chemistry between the two of them. Do you think it seemed like things went well?
Yeah, I think on the surface it did. I mean, I think going down there, it's just theater to begin with.
Right.
I think President Trump had a long way to go to try to hold his own. He knows so little about Asian policy, about our relationship with China. The President of China has studied the United States for many, many years. I think from the outside, it looked pretty good. I think the timing of the Syrian bombing was interesting. This was the first step. I mean, the president had said such hateful and strong language during the campaign. The question was, could they have a reset? Could they sit down and begin to engage and talk about the issues that affect both countries? And the reality is trade affects both countries. North Korea, obviously a very, very important topic for both of them. And so I think, they're out of the gate, and then now we'll see.
So on Thursday, as they were preparing for dinner, President Trump was preparing for the strikes against Syria. Do you think this played into it?
Look, I don't think it hurt, but I think it was a little bit of theater. I mean, the strike was very, very measured. Some would say he was giving the president of China a message saying, hey, if we could strike Syria like this, we could strike North Korea. But look, they're two...
Was that really the message, though?
I don't know. I mean, they're such different animals. And the reality is we're not going to send 60 Tomahawk missiles to North Korea, that a country that has missiles that can go a whole lot further and can bite back a lot more significantly than Syria. I think what Trump needs to do, and I think he, to his credit, probably did this, was to at least lower the temperature, allow for dialogue to happen, because it's important for both countries. We are equally dependent upon one another.
Right. Well, he did flip-flop a little bit during the campaign. He had said, let's stay out of others' affairs, and then he jumps right in when he says he sees the pictures of the children who had been gassed.
Well, even with that, great irony. He sees the pictures of the children who have been gassed, bombs them, but he still won't let Syrian refugees come into America. So it's a little bit of a catch-22. On the one hand, he's like, oh, this bully, look what he's done, this horrible, horrible act against children, women and children, and men. And yet, when they try to flee to America to find sanctuary, he puts up his hand and says, well, not so fast. So I think that's a real challenge he's going to have to work through.
So did they really make any inroads at all on trade, or was this more of a meet and greet?
I think a meet and greet. I think it's the start of a dialogue. The reality is that President Trump has a lot of catch-up to do to understand the complexities of the relationship. Many of the issues that were particularly significant 5, maybe even 3 years ago have changed. And now they both need to look at things. I think the climate deniers within the Trump administration has muddied the waters to a degree. I mean, China needs to worry as much about climate change as the United States, if not more. And many would say that would be the area where we could see a balance in the trade. There's so much interesting technology in the United States that China could actually take advantage of, given their larger population, to mitigate climate change. So that would be a way where we could begin to tilt that scale a little bit. But I think this administration is going to have a lot to catch up. I mean,
so you think President Trump has dug his heels in on this issue, or do you think he could soften on this at all?
I think time will tell. I mean, we're clearly seeing that there is internal battles going on within the White House. His own advisors are battling back and forth. He just had, humiliating loss to the Congress on health care. Infrastructure is coming up, tax reform. I think China, he had to check the box. He did it. Let's hope that he engages and does more, because there's much that needs to be done to benefit both countries. I don't put a lot of faith in it. I think this president is right now just reeling from defeat after defeat and looking for something to kind of have an easy win on.
It must be hard for him to face people that who he has insulted in the past and really had tough, strong words for.
I'm not sure if it phases him, which is kind of a depressing thing. I think he says what he says and moves on. And, I don't really think he can look at them, oh, God, I said this horrible thing about him at a Cleveland rally, and now I have to have dinner with the guy. I think he just does his thing and does a tweet and moves on.
Moves on. All right. Douglas Smith, thank you so much. Good to see you. Appreciate it.